What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another Headspace podcast. This is episode 159. I am your host, Chris Chrome. I am today reviewing Jadakiss's new album, Ignatius, and as you may notice, this is part 2. I've already done part 1. It's already out. Go check that out. I've done a little bit of the intro bit. I've already explained where I know Jadakiss from and kind of what I've heard from him and his discography and certain features I may have heard him on. So if you want to check that out, you can definitely click on part 1. I'm not going to spend too much time on this part of the intro, kind of diving into it. If you're already clicking on this video, is this the first video you're clicking on? Thank you so much for it. I do greatly appreciate it. Everybody here at Behind That Suit does appreciate it. But yeah, the intro is going to be on part 1. So with that, again, I am your host, Chris Chrome. I will be breaking down this album. This is part 2, tracks 8 to 13. I'm going to just kind of give you a little bit of my thoughts and opinion of what the song is, give you some context of what we do here if this is the first video you're clicking on for Headspace or Behind That Suit. So I kind of go through albums, break down my thoughts and opinion about what is being said, the messages, kind of how I interpret some of the songs, what I like about it, and just kind of flow through that. We're doing this for a journey. We here at Behind That Suit want to grow together with the community, you guys, the viewers, the listeners, the commentators on what we do here, the knowledge that we know about it, and just some of the information that we may have missed or not have included in our breakdowns. It would be really grateful for you guys to just kind of leave us in the comments. Hold on, I got a cat in the room, so if you see me kind of swiping back, it's because the cat's kind of hitting at the chair. I apologize. Anyway, we do want to build a community with you guys and have certain conversations, just kind of figuring out what are these artists and who are they, where are they from, what do they do, and just kind of get to know more about what the artists you guys enjoy or look up to or idolize. What are we missing and what can we do to better understand them? Like I said, I've already broken down tracks 1 to 7. I think part of this album, the first part, is really, really great. I kind of went into detail about certain experiences, certain stories, a little bit of what I'm going to be doing on this project so far. So we do have about 6 songs left, 5 songs left. I might not be counting properly right now, and I'm just gonna jump into it. So the next track for part 2, starting off part 2, the next track is "Angels Getting Pedicured" featuring Chainz. So continuing with part 2, starting it off, we've got "Angels Getting Pedicured" featuring Chainz, and this is really a nice continuation of the album, coming off from Need Your Best with this type of R&B feel vibe that we've been getting. I feel like there's a lot of melodies, a lot of just smoother, softing sounding feels to what we're getting now from Jadakiss on this project, which I really do enjoy. I did mention on part 1 that I thought for a long time Jadakiss was a lot of just like gangster bars, kind of talking about what his experiences is and whatnot. But again, I've also been very open and honest that I don't really know a lot about Jadakiss. I've never actually gone back and listened to a lot of his discography. I've never really broken down certain albums until we started doing Behind That Suit. So I mean, I don't really know. So listening to this as a first time was a real eye-opener, and I was like, oh snap, I really, really like this. I like the production of the song. I like how there's like pianos in this song that really are ascending and descending at proper times, that the artists, both Jadakiss and Chainz, are following very nicely, very tightly. Their rhyming capabilities are very on point with the tempo of the beat, which I really think does a nice emphasis of giving this nice, smooth, kind of dancey but jazzy offset feel, which I did appreciate of this very, very much. The intro, we start off with the intro. Jadakiss is like, ain't really nothing to talk about, know what I mean, such and such was looking for you, for what? You're never gonna see me. You're never gonna hear from me. I ain't got no rap, no holla. I don't want to conversate. And he's kind of setting up this context. I don't really think I understand much of what the context really is, but I do see that, like, they're kind of having a conversation. It feels like Jadakiss is talking to 2 Chainz, kind of expressing that people are looking for them, kind of showing, like, this is, you got to watch your back a little bit. You got to kind of, you know, keep your eyes over your shoulder and make sure that everything is okay. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Now, the part of I don't want to conversate, it kind of shows that, like, unless things are very important, they don't want to talk about it. And Jadakiss does a really great job on the chorus. Comes in very smooth. His raspy voice really fits smoothly with the way that the beat is being produced and the certain drums and piano keys. I really like that. And he kind of starts off money conversation, so we can't kick it. Now, I like how he's making that division already with, like, money is important. We have to have real conversations about it. We have to you know, sit down and really be like business. And then we can't kick it, as in, like, we can't chill. We don't have time to just kind of jump back, relax. We really got to just stay focused and on that grind and determination. So I like that. Said I'd never make it. Now I can't. Now my cake different. Way I'm pulling up, boy, you can't miss it. Watch on water. Yeah, my shit dripping. Rolling the loud. She love my style right now. Man of the town. I ride around top down. Which the chorus kind of flows through, kind of giving off this, like, praise to who they are. Jadakiss has spent a lot of time on this project, really just expressing kind of what he's been through, a lot of his trials and tribulations, his ups and downs, and this is just a nice moment to really just kind of acknowledge their success and kind of where they're at now. I think it was the same type of idea that the song track 5 on part 1, Me, was supposed to do, but as you may go check that out, I wasn't really too impressed with that track. But moving on from that, we go into the chorus, we go into the verse, I apologize, and Jadakiss kind of just does what Jadakiss does and really just gives us that, like, image and that idea of kind of where he was and what he's doing now. So verse 1 starts off, weed connoisseur slash lyrical expert. Started off with that white girl letting the text squirt, so you're kind of getting that information that he used to sell drugs. White girl is a connotation for cocaine. Letting the text squirt could have been a gun. Kind of giving you this imagery of, like, you know, the kind of griminess and the darkness of his environment and the atmosphere around. The plugs loved a homie, plus I knew how to network. I trimmed up a little, then I tripled my net worth. Then the hate came for whatever the reason is, cause I got the top down whatever the season is. Now I like how he's kind of expressing here, you know, he's good at networking. He knows the connections. He's always in the right place at the right time, kind of educating people. Like, you got to be a boss. You got to move around. You got to know who to talk to and who to discuss things with. So that was really cool. I like how he kind of goes, because I got the top down, whatever the season is, kind of expressing, like, I'm always exposing myself. I'm always ready to just be at the forefront of whatever the situation is, of whatever's happening. I just like it. It also shows off his luxury, his kind of nonchalantness. You know, it could be cold outside. He's got the top down. He wants people to notice him. He wants to kind of be very, not flagrant, but, like, he's flaunting a little bit, kind of just stunting on people. So that was really cool. You know, kind of solidifies more of where he is and what he's doing. We gonna beat the odds and then show you what getting even is. My 2 mans in the back, they pre-rolling. You know what 2 grams to a back is. A back is a reference to a backwoods. So, all right, 2 grams in the backwoods, and it kind of flows flows nice, very suits the energy we're getting. Then we get back into the chorus. It's Jadakiss and 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz does a nice kind of add to the ad libs. Really gives that emphasis that he's about to come in and kind of terrorize the verse. Now, I really did like 2 Chainz' verse. The wordplay and the metaphors that he uses are really great. I like how he expresses his experiences and his stories. I thought that was also super cool. And this is what really kind of led me to really appreciate this song a lot. So Two Chainz starts off with, I Rubik's Cube with the blocks in the same room with the cops, had to move smooth like a mop, had the same move like a op. Right now I use my jewels for a prop, baptize the fork in boiling conditions. It snowed so much they couldn't pass their missions. Now I like that. I like how he's addressing that I Rubik's Cube with the blocks, like kind of saying that he's like got the mind of like a puzzle master, and the blocks is representing the different districts, the different hoods, the different literal blocks in the area. But he's also using that to contextualize like Rubik's Cube with the blocks and moving them around to get the right size, and that he's proper and that he's ahead of the game. So that was cool. In the same room with the cops, kind of addressing how like he may have been in certain situations where he may have had certain narcotics or certain things on him where the cops could have arrested him, and he is just there trying to be super smooth and do what he's got to do. Follows it up with had to move smooth like a mop. Okay, you can kind of already see the visual there, but it's nice because it's kind of showing like you gotta keep your ground, you gotta stay cool, and he just flows right through, and it's really, really nice. I like how he goes, baptize the fork in boiling conditions, whipping up cocaine in the trap house. A lot of references that I've known from 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz is an artist that I have listened to and gone and reviewed some albums and followed a little bit, so I know what he's kind of a little bit about. And I just kind of like how he goes through and he still praises himself, but I also like when he goes halfway through his verse, now ask yourself if you're dope or not. If you could rewind time, would you have golden ice? I had 3 bare hair like Goldilocks, strip club them in a circle where they show and box. I pull my jogging pants up to show my socks. G's all on that shit, just like my block. Now I like how he's kind of giving you this reference of like, so he's showing how he's always been fly. He's always had like an advantage, maybe had some money. He's always been like one of the coolest people on the block. But at the same time, I like how he's kind of reflecting and asking this question like, what would you do if you could rewind time? And the idea of having golden ice, I think it's like supposed to be metaphorical to like, well, ice could also be a reference to other drugs. Ice could also be like speed or like a mix of different narcotics when I've spoken to some people on the streets or whatnot. But it's like, would you really chase that life or would you change it up? And he validates that he would also change it. He would also probably stick to it because that's the life that he likes, which also kind of validates who he is. And I did appreciate that from 2 Chainz. I really thought this song did a really, really great job at expressing just kind of the life that they come from and where they are now, and kind of just solidifying who they are and really just enforcing that idea of like, we've worked hard, we've put in that dedication to be there. Now, a lot of this, to be fair, the song did get a 4.2 on 5. I did enjoy it, but I think I more likely enjoyed 2 Chainz' verse more than anything. Jadakiss did give us a nice verse, kind of gave us a little bit about, just who he is, but I just feel like the way that 2 Chainz laid it down and kind of just played around with the words and really just gave us some like encoded type of verse was really, really cool. So I gave this track a 4.2 on 5. Oh, it does end on a chorus. Jadakiss comes in and really ends it and wraps up the song. I thought this was great. And again, 4.2 on 5. We will move on. The next track is Kisses to the Sky featuring Emanny and Rick Ross. So this song still is, to me, following suit with a lot of the type of vibes and music that we've been getting from this project so far. We're still kind of on this soft, singy R&B type feel, and honestly, maybe I'm a little late, but I think this is what Jadakiss does. I don't think Jadakiss is one of those like really, really hard rappers who's like, anyway, I'm not going to quote anything, but it seems to me like he's really into a lot of like the sing-songy, the R&B, the softer feel, the more deeper side of things. So that was really, really cool, and I did enjoy that. I'm really impressed by this song. I was really impressed by Emanny's voice on the chorus. I thought that was really, really cool. Just the nice soft and the softness to it, the feel of it, the way that Emanny kind of carries the notes and just holds the certain syllables and holds the certain notes for the beat really matched up well. I was really, really impressed with this. We start off on the intro. Not that much. It's just Emanny and Jadakiss kind of just setting up the song, and then the verse comes in with Jadakiss. Now, this song, the thing that I'm a little bit having difficulty with, just to kind of get out there, is that this song does kind of feel the same as what we've already kind of gotten with the first couple of tracks on this project, and just kind of the whole overall feel of what this is. Again, this feels like another song that's just kind of really expressing more of just the life that they live and kind of what they do, and it's just nice. It's just another vibe, and I think it's just it's because it's featuring Rick Ross that it's there as well, because the song comes on and I kind of felt like this was more of a Maybach music type beat. This wasn't really like something Jadakiss was using for the whole project. I feel like he kind of connected with Rick Ross, and then they kind of discussed about what type of beats or whatnot, but it's still good. The flows are on point, the lyrics are great, the rapping ability is super good. I like how Rick Ross kind of changes up in his verse, which I'll get to in a second. He kind of throws on this like Jamaican accent, patois type feel to it, so that was really dope. It really does show a lot of talent, but I feel like there's just a certain aspect that I'm just not feeling. So verse 1 comes in, Jadakiss kind of starts off, "This is called living, don't ever forget it, sky is just a view, baby, it's never the limit," which I do like. I like how he's kind of taking that idea that the sky's the limit and saying, no, it's not. You can always go further. You can always succeed more. You can always be more determined, which I really thought was an interesting point to bring up. "You play in the game, then you better be winning. Glasses of wine, cheers to better beginnings. The world don't stop. You know it keeps spinning." That's sort of like me. You know I keep spinning. All right, so I see that he's kind of giving us a little bit of information about how he's feeling. He keeps just kind of going around, maybe not in circles, but he just kind of is living this fast life, and his head keeps spinning. He's kind of dealing with certain things, and he's just trying to be, stable as much as he can. "I got a good heart, let the snakes keep the venom. Keep out when you see the big boy with the emblem. Come out when you see the big boy with the emblem, and I ain't looking at you, mommy, I'm looking through you. I can take you places that you can only Google." Okay, I don't really particularly care. It just seems more a lot of that, like, I'm super dope, this is what I can do, this is who I am. Now, I like how he's embracing himself, and I like how he's, building himself up, that type of pride and that type of bravery, not bravery, but like confidence in yourself is really, really cool, and I like how he's displaying that. I guess I don't know, I don't particularly care about a lot of these type of lyrics when it comes to like just, oh, this is what I can do, and blah 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 blah, and like, oh, let me spoil you, and I don't really care. But it flows through, and still some more references to money. We on the Benjamins, and when we on the Benjamin wave, and we stacking them though. Put on your seatbelt, we in the fast lane, and I think I want you to share my last name. Kisses to the sky, what's up? Now it's weird. It's like the verse kind of has this idea of like praising this woman who he wants to ride with her, wants to ride with him, but at the same time he's also like kind of just flaunting and being like, look at me, this is what I do, boom boom boom, I'm super cool. Like I don't know, it just seems more like a flow of consciousness in terms of just a generic song than really trying to just say a message, the way I'm interpreting it, but that could just be me. And then Emanny comes in, "Oh, this life, kisses to the sky, a fabulous life you could live if you lucky, the things I've seen, the places I've been, only God knew how much it took to get there, oh. Now I like that, how Emanny's kind of like addressing the dedication and the work that has been put in to get them to where they are today. But I also like the idea of kisses to the sky. It could be like blowing smoke in the air, or it could also be just like praising the Lord, praising God, giving thanks to the blessings that they've had for being so lucky, or being able to get to where they are today, and being that successful. So that was also an idea that I kind of took away, and it was a way of just kind of for myself thinking like, you know, we got to think of things differently. We got to act a little bit differently. It was very interesting to me, just kind of where these artists are putting their respects and where they're saying thanks to certain things. I really thought that's what they were saying in terms of Kisses to the Sky. Like, just, I think it's a little bit more deeper than the idea of just blowing smoke in the air, because that's generally what I understand for let me kiss the sky. That's kind of what people or I've heard growing up. That's kind of what it means. So I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Again, I could be completely wrong. I may not know, but I did like it. Verse 2 comes in. We got Jadakiss, foresight, speak it to existence. I'm the boss type. Nah, this ain't off-white. I got rich off-white. Even though everybody's entitled to a off night, doubt we ever had one. Luxury made fun. Now I like how he's saying that. He's playing the wordplay on the nah, this ain't off-white. I got rich off-white, and he's saying that, you know, he sold cocaine. He got rich off of that. He made a lot of money off of that. But it's just cool how he was doing the wordplay. That's just really nice. That's what I enjoyed. It was pretty much a simple bar. I like how he goes, even though everybody's entitled to a off night, doubt we ever had one. Luxury made fun. Countertop action while the water in the bath run. I come home bag full of money, you could have some. And I like how he's saying, like, yeah, everybody could take a day off, everybody could relax, everybody could kind of take a moment to you know, regain themselves, but that's still time lost. That's still like time that's not being utilized to make money or to move forward. So he's really focused on like succeeding and really just moving forward into making the bag. So that was cool. I love you like that. You ain't got to get your ass done. Closet stuff. You ain't never wear the last one. Call Chanel trying to find out when the bag comes. You friends be hating. I ain't even gonna blast them. They see me and speak. I keep moving right past them. I ain't the first. So again, we get more of this idea that he's kind of dealing with a woman who's also like, he's kind of addressing how to move with him. And like, you know, I don't really want to put up with your friends and shit like that. But I'm just kind of lost when it comes to this idea of like, what are we talking about? What is the overall like message? Are you just kind of, again, flow of consciousness, explaining that these are certain things you deal with in your everyday life? These are certain things that kind of happen that you have to get over, that you have to kind of overcome. I'm not really getting much from Jadakiss in terms of just the message. Maybe I don't understand, and that could possibly be it. Let me know in the comments below how you guys kind of break it down and how this song kind of speaks to you. But I say all that knowing that Rick Ross and Emanny kind of tie it all together for me, and then I kind of understood. So we get into the chorus. Oh, this life, kisses to the sky, fabulous life you could live if you're lucky, the things. I like how he says if you're lucky. Now it's the idea that like you're not lucky. It's you put the work in, you get dedication, you committed, you make sure that you know you got a plan and you're doing everything you need to do to move forward. Granted, there is a little bit of luck in it because you know people gotta like you, you know, you gotta get a good opportunity, a good break, this and that. But I've also noticed that if you just work and you take every opportunity possible and you try to find positive ways to make everything work in your favor and just ways to adapt and grow, you'll also make it to a certain level of success, and you'll also make it to going forward. It's not just about being lucky. And I think that that's something that really irked me, because it's like anybody could really put in the work. Granted, you may not ever make it to the high level of success that you want, but that's just also trying to figure out what other work or things need to be done to achieve that. It's just more dedication. I don't really believe in that idea of luck, but whatever. Then we get the bridge from Emanny and Jadakiss, which was really cool. Emanny goes, but you can lose it all in the blink of an eye. Don't take it for granted. Because in this world, nothing's promised. Because I know which way is up. And I know nothing lasts forever. I'm still living like there's no tomorrow, no tomorrow. Oh, and it's that for me kind of really broke down the idea of like just living that fast lane. We don't know if anything's promised for tomorrow. We don't know if there's going to be another opportunity. So we got to just take everything, like seize the day, make sure everything is happening today and we're moving forward on that. So that was cool. Rick Ross comes in, and I really enjoyed Rick Ross's verse. again, it felt more like he was educating people and really just kind of showing, like, what could be done when you dedicate yourself. So Rick Ross goes in, Maybach music, fat boy in better shape than I've ever been. Got a team full of hitters I need for Letterman's. Crack the cream in the luggage, can't leave no evidence. Jesus' peace be flooded like he was heaven sent. Granted, again, it seems very simple and kind of simplistic, but I like how he's addressing that he's doing better. He's kind of changing the way he moves. He's still trying to, stay ahead of the game. And it's really just more of that, like, wow, okay, thanks, Rick Ross. Like, thanks for showing us how to actually kind of get to that next level, I felt. In a room full of demons, how can we make amends? He took the chance and took the stand. You got to check your mans. All right, that was really cool. Like, I like how he's addressing, you can't really trust people. Everybody's kind of shady. Everybody's got something that they're trying to do behind your back or whatnot. So that was really interesting to me. Kind of flows through. When I opened like I was Fetty Wap. 2 Glocks on me, pull him, I bet he dropped. Big belly rude boy, yes, he top shotta. And this is when he kind of goes into the Jamaican accent, which I thought was really cool. I'm not going to quote anything because I don't want to get in trouble, but I thought that was really cool, and it really shows his diversity and his versatility and being able to switch up the flow and switch up the verse, and really just kind of showing his different type of cadences that he can do. But the thing I've always never really enjoyed about Rick Ross is I've never actually gotten anything much away from him except for little bits and pieces. A lot of verses just feels very materialistic and very superficial, just like, I got money and this is what I do and this is what I do and blah 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 and I got bitches, but whatever. The song's good. I did enjoy it. I did give it a overall, I did give this song a 4.2 on 5. I really do like just the energy and the flow between both of them. I was really impressed by Rick Ross's verse. Jadakiss kind of just keeps giving us that pure consistency, though. Like, he's doing what works, and he's just giving us what it is that he's giving us, and I did appreciate that a lot. I thought it was really, 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 really cool. This song is good. I think I like the beat a lot as well. I like the way that we're kind of staying on this, and I keep calling it a vibe, and I don't want to, like, use that word redundantly and beat it to death, but it really just is a vibe. Like, we're like, the whole album is just kind of flowing through with different types of just feels, where it kind of makes you just, I feel like we're supposed to sit back and really just think about certain things. Maybe I don't relate to a lot of this music here. Maybe I'm not, like, really fully the audience that Jadakiss is going for, but I can appreciate what he is trying to do and what they are presenting on this project. So, yeah, I hope that is as positive as I can be with that. So, 4.2 on 5. The next song is My Condolences. One of those skits again. I like this skit because he's paying homage, he's paying respects to his homie who passed away, Ice Pig J. I think that a lot of this album is maybe a dedication to Ice Pig J. I'm not too sure. I just know that that's the name because he said it, and Jadakiss has said it in one of the songs on part 1. But I'm just, again, I don't think I understand much. So the skit kind of goes, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to my homie Pick, and rest in peace to the little homies that's rolling a dime of weed and an eighth of grabba. I mean, I've smoked weed with grabba in it. It's basically like just smoking tobacco with weed. It's like smoking a cigarette a little bit. I guess the grabba leaves are a little bit harsher, fair enough. But I don't know if this is like, as somebody who's done it, I just don't know if this is like supposed to be a warning, like you shouldn't do that. That's how people pass away. Is this how like Ice Pig J kind of passed? Was it smoking grabba leaves? Like, I'm not actually sure, which is why I'm a little bit confused. I do like it because he's like just taking a moment to pay respect to his friend who passed away, which, you know, in terms of just times and the music that we've been getting, and just with all the losses, and just already in 2020 we've lost a lot of rappers and there's been a lot of deaths and stuff. I understand like the weight to it, so I do respect and appreciate that from Jadakiss, but like, so far some of the skits on this project are just not making sense to me, and I don't find how they flow together. Like, even if I were to listen to this project as a, I don't know, just like a playlist, or just like throw it on in the background, I still wouldn't understand what the skits are trying to represent in depth. I would really appreciate if any of you guys in the comment section could really just let me know how these connect with the album, what they're supposed to symbolize or what they're supposed to do. I think I understand it a little bit, but I think I understand the surface level, and I would like to know the deeper meaning behind a lot of these skits here. So I did leave this with a 4 on 5. I did like the way that it kind of has like this shuffling in the background. You kind of hear like Jadakiss seems like he might be digging up something, or maybe burying a friend. I'm not really sure. It just kind of seems very vague, very ominous and mysterious. It's just I don't know. It's good. Again, that just the surface level of taking that moment for his friend was really good, and I do appreciate that. But like, I don't know. I don't know. It was very weird. So again, weird in a way that I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I don't understand. At the end of the day, I just do not understand what we're supposed to be getting from this song, or at least this skit, like what's supposed to symbolize. Maybe it could be a setup to the next track, which I think might be a good way to lead into it. But yeah, pretty much it. Sorry. 4 on 5. The next song is Gov't Cheese featuring DJ Loaf, Millyz, and Nino, man. So this was really a really cool song, and I think this is one of the better songs on the album. It just felt more polished. The production felt more solid. The mixing and mastering of the voices just felt a lot more connected. It was just really cool. So for this track, it felt like it was a little bit of a follow-up to I think it was a follow-up to the skit My Condolences, because Jadakiss starts off the intro of this track kind of talking about pain and how pain is never going to be gone. One thing about pain is universal. It don't matter how much money you got. It don't matter how bad your financial situation is. Pain is the one thing that everybody in the world can relate to. You can't run from it. You can't escape it. It's real. It's really a part of life. It's all about how you deal with it. Them decisions you can make, how you deal with it, will determine just how bad your next experience with pain will be, and that's a fact. So, okay, he's giving us knowledge, he's giving us wisdom, he's kind of showing people, you know, this is something that we have to learn to deal with, and this is something that we have to kind of go through, and I think that's what the skit from the previous track is supposed to embody, that because my friend is gone and I'm dealing with a lot of pain, I'm also going to find ways to overcome it, and I'm also going to find ways to make sure that I'm not dealing with a lot of this darkness. So I did appreciate that, and I did kind of like how it sets up, but I really enjoyed how DJ Loaf comes in on the chorus and just gives this electrifying voice to it, and it was just really nice. She goes, sometimes I ask the Lord, is this my calling? So many days the sky feel like it's falling. Mama said, pray, you got the devil on you, gotta clean your spirit, cause your past is trying to haunt you. I was getting so high I couldn't even function. If you don't want to die, you gotta do something. So many nights I cried early in the morning. And she kind of goes through. I don't want to give away all of the chorus, but I like how they're addressing, like, we are dealing with so much situations and issues We question, is this what they're meant to be? Is this my calling? Is this what we're supposed to be for? They feel like the devil's on them. They feel like they're trapped. They can't do anything. And I don't think it's just about the life that they're living now. I think it's about everything. It's about how they grew up, the circumstances they were given, the atmosphere they were kind of forced into, maybe the environment, the society they're part of. And it just kind of really embodies everything. You can really just feel the pain from DJ Loaf and just kind of expressing all of this pain and confusion and just this sense of feeling lost, like really, really just lost. Clearly they are using drugs to get high and they can't function. They want to numb the pain. They don't want to feel like they're dealing with anything negative. And she does a really great job following suit with the rest, repeating herself, but also changing up the second part of the chorus to kind of give you another perspective. So I think you guys should go check that out as well. It was really, really cool. Verse 1, we got Nino Man. I really like Nino Man. I liked his voice. I liked the way he kind of flowed through with it. But the verse itself was very more personal than it was to be, I think, bars or whatnot. Starts off, in my crib, it wasn't food, snacks, or BET, just old-ass TV and EBT shit. No cable, just a bootleg DVD. I quit school and got my GED. I went straight to the block, started trapping. Mama said she ain't got it. Reasons why these homies wild, cause it ain't shit in their wallet. While these homies moving foul, I'm trying to get a deposit. How you broke, but think you gonna get popping? Like, already you're kind of understanding, like, wow, people really ain't got nothing around from where you're around from. People really come from zero and they're just trying to survive. They're just trying to live. And the way that he puts the emphasis on his voice on this song was really, really dope. You could really just feel the the confusion and how he kind of looks at his surroundings and he just doesn't make sense to him. It was really interesting to me. I did enjoy that. He kind of flows through. I like how he goes, find a drive, then go make it a collision. I would die for this shit that I envision. Most of these homies lames, they be chasing waves looking like big phonies. And I like how he's addressing that because they're really trying to divide this mentality of like, yo, you gotta work by not by yourself, but you gotta stay true to who you are. You gotta stay true to your vision and your goals in life and how you want to present yourself, your branding. And that was something that was really, really cool. Verse flows through. I was really impressed with how Nino Man presents his verse and kind of connects all the words together in the flows. That was really great. I am interested in seeing some more tracks from Nino Man. We do get the chorus back from DJ Loaf, and Millyz is on the chorus now, kind of giving you that little introduction to his little verse, gonna come in here. And I like how they play off each other. It was really nice. It gave that like friendship feel. It really felt like they were having fun together instead of just adding these ad-libs into the song. So that was really cool. Millyz comes in on verse 2, and his verse kind of says pretty much the same thing, but also kind of flows through with, like, I guess more personal to him, right? So, look, codeine in my liver, feeling disconnected, reaching out to God, but he ain't get the message. So he's clearly sipping codeine. He's clearly feeling like, numb and disconnected from the world. He's trying to reach out to God, to a higher power, trying to find some answers, and he feels like he's just losing it. He's clearly in a depression with this line, waking up at noon, cigarette for breakfast. Mama said I'm living reckless. Yola got the crib infested. Yola is another word for cocaine. Think this rap shit lit. Drinking heavy cause I'm seeing my man Cap get twist. So he's already expressing how like he's drinking because he's seen people get shot. He's seen people, die on the streets. Mentions here the youngins OD before the plug get to snap it. God damn it, Henny in my body got my liver too faded. If Brody up the pole, that's a business move. They don't remember what you did, just what you didn't do. And I like how he's addressing like he's been working at this and doing the best I can. You can see the cat if you look, doing the best that he can and just trying to make everybody kind of feel connected and just displaying that type of loyalty and that positivity for the gang, for the group, for the bag, right? But like he's also addressing that people are shady, people are foul, people act certain ways, and you got to make sure that you know you're not really dealing with that, and you can really feel the pain. You can really feel like, again, you can really kind of see what these guys have gone through, and just kind of getting these little spits of images of what their life has been like. It's really just crazy. Follows suit, really, really nice. I like how Millyz does his verse. Again, really stands up well with Nino, man. I think they might be a group. Maybe they're just unsigned artists. I'm not sure. Now I'm just talking shit. But I really did like it. It was really impressive. DJ Loaf comes in with Jadakiss, again, kind of introducing his verse. I like the build-ups to the verses. That was a nice production move. I like how everybody seems to all fit along that same vibe and that same tempo. So that was also really nice. Nobody's trying to like outshine anyone else. And then we got Jadakiss's verse, and Jadakiss does pretty much the same type of thing as everyone else has been doing, but a little bit more educative, I feel, in terms of just trying to get the listener to understand other things. They say the biggest part of life is accepting your role. And everything is for sale except for your soul. And everything is reachable except for your goals. It's just pain, no love, no X's and O's. And I like that realism. That's some realness right there. Like, you got, like, once you accept who you are as a person, you accept your role, life becomes different. Life becomes more into your control and less into the control of what's happening in the abyss. Everything is for sale except for your soul, which I don't actually think is true. I understand what he's saying, and I understand he's saying to be authentic to yourself, but I don't actually think that is true, that everything is for sale except for your soul. Some people are willing to sell their souls for certain things. And everything is reachable except for your goals. Again, I understand what he's saying in terms of, like, if you keep pushing your goals and changing it, you will never be satisfied. But if you stick to your goals and you achieve them, you've reached them, just to be clear. I understand. It's like he's saying it to emphasize something else, but I think that, like, there could have been different ways to say it. I think there could have been more of a less simplified way to say it, because the way I'm interpreting this seems so simple that I feel like certain listeners may miss the message, but I kind of feel like I understand. Had to cover up the mouse holes, drugs in the household, sneakers too tight, yet you had to wear them without soles. Kind of, again, showing his life, what he's been through, what he's done, kind of some of the things he's had to go through. And the verse really follows suit. There isn't really much else to quote because it really just kind of follows through the same type of energy and the same type of themes that we've been getting. But it's really dope. I really like this a lot more. I did like how DJ Loaf had a nice little outro to kind of wrap up the whole song. It really ended on a nice note. She goes, so much pain in my body, I had to do something, take a little pain, storms in the rain. They say when life gives you lemons, you gotta make lemonade. Yeah, they say when life gives you lemons, you gotta make lemonade. And I like how she's addressing this, like, you gotta kind of just take these opportunities. You kind of just have to do what you think is the best for you, and do what is the best just for, like, overall. So I did appreciate that. This song was really great. I gave this song a 4.5 on 5. I really liked how everybody stands up really nice with each other. I really liked how everybody gave us a little insight into who they were, and just the whole thing. This seems like a really good banger on this track, on this project, and that's that, 4.5 on 5. The next track is I Know featuring John Legend. So this song is really, really, really nice. This seems to be like the most personal song on the project so far. The kind of breakdown of this track is Jadakiss is really just expressing a lot of the difficult times and a lot of things that he may have done throughout relationships or throughout his life, which I thought was really, really cool. The feature of John Legend really gives a nice edge to this track. John Legend has a very beautiful voice. I've always liked John Legend's voice. Growing up, my mom used to play albums of his and just used to coast around in the car and really just kind of listen to him. I think it's just nostalgic a little bit. Not that I, like, really listen to him or, like, yeah, yo, he's, like, one of my favorite artists, but I do highly appreciate what he can do in music and just the way he can carry his voice. It was really beautiful, and it gives a very, very nice edge, very, very nice feel to this song, and I did appreciate that. Now, like I said, this song is very seems very personal to Jadakiss, so I don't want to quote a lot of it because I want a lot of you guys to really just listen to it and kind of take away your own information on it. But it kind of starts off with an intro. John Legend and Jadakiss, hey, let me pull around. Everybody knows. It's really simple. And Jadakiss comes in just really mature, really just stating some serious facts. Let me start this by saying that you're the one I want. A mistake ain't a mistake if you do it more than once. Like the pain don't stop. We've been through it more than once. For these streets could tell you, you already knew it from the jump. And like already you kind of get like he's acknowledging his mistakes. He's acknowledging what he's done and what he's been putting into it. He addresses that he's not really home. He's been partying. He's not really been there for people. It feels like he's I think he's talking to like his baby mama or his wife, kind of just apologizing for not being the best that he could be. And this is very mature. This is very adult of him. And I like this type of honesty and this brutal honesty that he's really just showing, and standing up and being a man and like just admitting to his faults and really just kind of going out there. I like how he goes, it's nobody to blame. At the end he goes, at the end of the day my plans are to live it up. It's nobody to blame, it's just me, trust me. And he's really just owning up to that, like, I just want to live my life, I just want to do what's right for me. And I like that from him. John Legend comes in on the chorus. Nobody ever told me it'd be easy. Nobody ever promised me no pain. Nobody ever said there's always sunshine. Sometimes it's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. And I like how, as much as this is very simple, as much as this is kind of straightforward, like, yeah, we all realize that it is going to rain. It is going to be dark times. There's a nice contrast between what Jadakiss is kind of presenting and how John Legend is giving you that hope that even through the rain you can still make it forward. And that's what I like about the way John Legend presents this chorus, because you do have this supportive, positive feel that you can make it out if you just try and if you just go forth. So the first verse really felt like Jadakiss was kind of breaking down a little bit of a personal relationship with him and, I would say, his wife, or the baby mama to his kids. And then in the second verse, it feels like he's talking about somebody in specific who kind of looked after him and just dealing with pain. Maurice Jackson, who I looked up, I don't really know the connection. I don't really know who this person is or whatnot. If you guys know a little bit more in detail, please let me know in the comments. I'd really appreciate that. But it seems like Jadakiss took the time to really just praise this guy, Maurice Jackson, and really just kind of express that when he wasn't around, Jadakiss started getting darker and felt like he was alone and had nothing really to do anymore or whatnot. Maybe Maurice Jackson is Ice Pick J. I'm not sure. It would make sense, honestly, at this point, now that I'm thinking about it, it would make absolute sense that that's the case. But it really just seems like there is this ownership to Jadakiss, that he's really just kind of expressing like, this is what I messed up on, this is where I made my mistakes, but this is also what I feel led to this, and I'm acknowledging this now and I'm trying to deal with it. And this is really what the song is kind of about. Again, I don't want to give away a lot of this because this is one of the better songs on the album in terms of just personal stories and just in terms of how Jadakiss is expressing himself. So I did appreciate that a lot. John Legend comes back in on the chorus, but I like the bridge. John Legend goes, if you want to go to heaven, you got to take the chance. You crash and burn. Oh yeah, if you looking for real love, don't be afraid that it might hurt. And I like how he's just expressing like, you got to be vulnerable. You got to take these risks. You got to take these chances. You got to move forward and make sure that you're just kind of living life to the fullest and you're learning as much as you can, which was a really, really cool thing. And then wraps it all up together with the idea that it's going to rain and that you're going to deal with dark times. and I thought this was really, really cool. Please let me know in the comments what you guys think about this song. How does it feel? How does it make you feel? What did you take away from it? I thought this song was really great. The production on it was really good. The way that they flowed together and mixed their voices with the song was really, really nice. I gave this song a 4.6 on 5. Moving on from that, the next track is Closure featuring Chayse. So I like how Jadakiss wraps up the album with this track, calling it Closure, kind of really just closing up the whole project as a whole. I thought it was a really, really nice way to do it. The feature of, I don't know if it's Chayse or Chayse, I may be butchering the name, I greatly apologize, is really, really good. I like the female vocals on this song. It really gives a nice emphasis to what Jadakiss is saying. But honestly, I don't have much to quote because a lot of this song is just Jadakiss kind of shouting out a bunch of rappers who have passed away, shouting out a bunch of rappers that have given him, insight, aid, support, and just kind of been there with him. His first verse really starts off with, I thank you for putting up with me, physically gone, but your spirit still stuck with me. All the game that you gave me, it's time to apply it by any means necessary whenever it's required. And he just kind of flows through, really just expressing his love and his affection for, I guess, the person who was gone. Again, Ice Pig J forever. It's really just a big shout out and paying homage to his friend, as well as paying respect to his friend who has passed away, which I thought that after this whole project and just really diving into what Jadakiss might be feeling is a nice way to end this project. Again, I don't really have much to say about it because it's kind of just really straightforward. The chorus, when the lights go out, and when the curtains close, it's just me and you, you and you and you. It's still me and you and you and you. When the show is over and when the music fades away, it's just me and you. Kind of symbolizing that even when everything is over, whoever you keep in your heart, whoever you keep in your mind is always going to be around. That spirit, that entity will always be there for you and always love you and care for you. And it's really a very positive, reinforcing song. Again, verse 2 is literally just a bunch of shout outs for his grandmother, his grandfathers. He kind of just shouts out a bunch of rappers and really just kind of gives respect to everybody who has shown him the way and move forward. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because, again, like it is what it is. There isn't really much depth to this song. It's kind of just really straightforward. With that, I did give this song a 4 on 5, and I'm just going to wrap it up. That's been the entire show, so thank you so much for sticking with me this long. The album is really great. I really did appreciate it. I really enjoyed a lot that we got from Jadakiss and the features on this. Overall, I did give this song, it came up to being I didn't write it down. It came up to being a 4.2 on 5. I did enjoy everything I got from it. I think that it was a really nice way for Jadakiss to kind of, as a first listen for me as a reviewer, it was a really nice way to see Jadakiss kind of being very personal and open with a lot of his experiences and stories. I don't have anything really bad to say. The dude's great. Like, his flows are great and everything is great. I just think that his lyrical content on this project was a little bit, like, just repetitive. A little bit. Just kind of felt like we were getting a lot of just the same thing in different aspects. I like the vibe of it. I like the R&B feel to it. I like the mood. It was really cool. And just I think that it's a really good listen. Let me know what you in the comments below, down low, what you think about this project. What grade did you give it? If it's on a 5 or out of 10, however you guys grade it. And that's pretty much it. This has been part 2 of the Headspace podcast, episode 159, Jadakiss's new album, Ignatius. I am your host, Chris Chrome, and thank you so much for being here with me today. I know it's a little bit lengthy. We're doing 2 parts. We've got more things coming on the way. There's a performance that we're going to be having on March 20th that I'm going to try to stream for myself. It's for Behind That Suit. We have it all posted on Facebook. You should all check that out. Even if you're not in Canada or you're in Montreal, you should still try to check out the event. Check it out. See what it is. and let us know. We definitely am going to talk to Holden, try to get some video streams out there and try to get all these things live for you guys as well. I will be performing opening up the show, so please check that out. I got some unreleased music I will be performing for my new album that I'm working on, and things are just going to be really great for 2020. I want to take this moment to say thank you so much to the Patreons: Ismail Gadamsi, Chris Prado, Linda Williams, Jonathan Barnes, and Scribble. Thank you so much for everything you guys do for us. We greatly appreciate it. You help us get new cameras. You help us got some new coverings for the studio and everything. Just really appreciate everything you guys do for us. They follow us on Patreon. If you follow us on Patreon and you give a donation or whatnot every month, you definitely have the ability to force our hands into any albums you want us to review. I myself, as Chris Chrome, will definitely try to make time to make any requests that you guys do in the comments. There is already a UK rapper I want to look into. One of the Patreons have asked me to do that just out of a free request. I'll definitely take a look into that. So if you have anybody you know, your cousin's mixtape, your dad's mixtape, your girlfriend's, your friends, your new album that you're dropping, let us know. We'll definitely try to make time to review it. Thank you again so much for sticking with me throughout these two-parters. Again, let me know down in the comments below if there's anything I've missed about Jadakiss, if there's anything I butchered, if I made any stupid remarks, comments, or anything. Please just let me know how I can get better and what else I should be listening to. If there's an old project from Jadakiss you think I should review or at least bump to kind of understand better, please let me know. I will definitely check it out. Again, I keep missing this up. Hit me up on Twitter, right, to talk to me. Is the best way to do it. I'm trying to get those Twitters up. I'm trying to get my visibility on Twitter up there. I will be making an Instagram for Chris Chrome very soon, so y'all can check me out there too. I do have a SoundCloud. You can definitely check me out, Chris Chrome 93 on SoundCloud, or it's official X Chrome. I will get it posted in the bio down below. But with all that, I will see you next week on Next Headspace Podcast, episode 160. Don't know what we're going to be reviewing yet, but it's going to be great. I have now continued and going on for nothing. This is a bunch of chitter-chatter. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. It's been a pleasure. I am Chris Chrome. Peace.